Hold on to your bat capes because we are about to take a deep dive into one of the most intriguing families in the DC universe, the twisted clan of Ra's al Ghul, with a lineage that includes his cunning daughter Talia al Ghul and his deadly grandson Damian Wayne. This villainous family is as dysfunctional as they come, so get ready for a wild ride as we explore the tangled web of relationships, betrayals, and secrets that make the Al Ghul family tree one of the most fascinating in all of the comic book lore. So grab a snack, get cozy, and let us start another marvelous video. Before we go into our explanation, we have a very small request. If you like our content, please support us by subscribing to our channel. This is a small click for you, but for us, it means a lot. Thank you. Let's begin. The Sensei. Sensei is one of the few martial artist teachers in the DC comic book universe, but he's not your average sensei. This guy was given control over the League of Assassins by Ra's al Ghul himself, but he didn't exactly play nice. After rebelling against Ra's al Ghul, he went a little cuckoo and lost his mind. He has only trained one student to full mastery, and that student was none other than Ben Turner, who is also known as Bronze Tiger. Unfortunately, Sensei sought to use Ben Turner for evil, which made the Bronze Tiger feel pretty bad. So he left Sensei high and dry. But that's not all, folks. Sensei was also responsible for ordering the murder of Boston Brand, who goes on to become Deadman after his death. Yikes. And if that wasn't enough, in the resurrection of Ra's al Ghul storyline, Sensei tried to cause an earthquake to kill a bunch of delegates, but was stopped by the Caped Crusader, Batman. After that, he tried to take control of the League Assassins over from the resurrected Ra's al Ghul, and get this, he's actually Ra's al Ghul's father. Talk about family drama. In the Eye of the Beholder storyline, the Sensei resurfaces thanks to the intervention of Peacock, who pities him for his former life. She tries to give him a new lease on life, but things don't go as planned. The Sensei kidnaps Peacock's brother and tries to find the Mask of the Beholder in order to wield its power. Batman and Peacock get into a fight with Sensei, but things did not go in their favor. The heroes manage to get away from Sensei, but he's not one to give up easily. Even though he is really old, the Sensei is a master martial artist and cunning leader. He has been able to wound Batman with relative ease, but due to his poor endurance, he tired out pretty quickly. So if you are looking for a villain with some serious skills and a whole lot of family drama, look no further than Sensei from DC Comics. Ra's al Ghul. Get ready for some action, folks, because we are diving into the world of one of Batman's most dangerous foes, Ra's al Ghul. This dude is a criminal genius and head honcho of the League of Assassins, and he has got a serious eco-warrior vibe going on. Ra's al Ghul wants to save the Earth from possible ecological destruction, which sounds noble, but his methods are a bit extreme. He is all about eliminating most of humanity or ruling over the entire world, even if that means using biological weapons or dipping into the Lazarus pits to bring himself back from certain death. The creation of Dennis O'Neil, Neil Adams, and Julius Schwartz, Ra's al Ghul first hit the comic book scene in 1971. Since then, he has made frequent appearances in battles against the Caped Crusader and various superheroes. With his vast ventures and army of minions, Ra's al Ghul is a force to be reckoned with in the world of DC Comics. While Batman and Ra's al Ghul have a complicated relationship, to say the least, Ra's al Ghul considers the Caped Crusader his greatest opponent. He is one of the few villains who has figured out Batman's identity as the billionaire Bruce Wayne, and he has even tried to make Batman his successor. Ra's al Ghul has a nickname for Batman, which is Detective. That might sound like a compliment, but it is more likely a nod to the intellectual battles they engage in rather than the traditional fistfights. So, whether you see Ra's al Ghul as a misguided eco-activist or a dangerous villain, there is no denying his place in the pantheon of DC Comics' most iconic characters. Wives of Ra's al Ghul. Ra's al Ghul might have had a lot of children, but he has only been confirmed to have been married twice in the comic books. So let us take a look at the wives of Ra's al Ghul who were able to catch the eye of the self-styled eco-warrior. Sora, first wife. Sora was a woman of great beauty and intelligence who captured the heart of Ra's al Ghul, one of the most powerful and enigmatic villains in the DC Comics universe. She married Ra's al Ghul after he had become a skilled physician, and they shared a deep love and connection. Unfortunately, Sora's life was cut tragically short, thanks to the actions of the Sultan's son, who was saved by Ra's al Ghul using the Lazarus pit. Unbeknownst to Ra's al Ghul, the pit can drive a person insane, and the prince emerges from it as a mentally unstable sociopath. He has already set his sights on Sora and, in a fit of madness, fatally strangled her. Sora's death was a devastating blow to Ra's al Ghul, who was falsely accused of poisoning the Sultan's son's mind and sentenced to a slow and torturous death in a cage with Sora's lifeless body. The loss of his beloved wife had a profound impact on Ra's al Ghul and contributed to his descent into villainy. Despite her brief appearance in the Batman comics, Sora's tragic story has become an important part of Ra's al Ghul's backstory. Melisande, Talia's mother. Melisande was the ill-fated wife of Ra's al Ghul, one of Batman's most formidable foes. Her tragic demise was revealed in Batman, Son of the Demon, where we learn that one night, while Talia al Ghul was still a child, Melisande stumbled upon Cain, who was also known as Quinlan, the godson of Ra's al Ghul, in Ra's al Ghul's secret room, which housed an early version of the Lazarus Pit. Startled by Melisande's presence, Cain pushed her, causing her to fall into the pit and meet her untimely end. Talia al Ghul bore witness to this horrific event, which would haunt her for years to come. In Batman Incorporated, we learn about Melisande's backstory and her relationship with Ra's al Ghul. They met at a Live Aid concert, where Ra's al Ghul impressed her by exposing the hypocrisy of it all. Melisande fell for him, and they had a daughter, Talia. However, after Talia's birth, Ra's cast Melisande out, forbidding her from seeing her daughter or using the Lazarus Pit. Melisande eventually resurfaced years later as a fortune teller, where she told Talia the truth about her birth and advised her on how to win over Ra's al Ghul. Unfortunately, before she could reveal too much, Ubu, Ra's al Ghul's trusted servant, removed her from Talia al Ghul's presence and apparently killed her. Dusan al Ghul. Dusan al Ghul was the tragic son of Ra's al Ghul, who was rejected by his father due to his albinism. Despite Dusan al Ghul's best efforts to earn his father's respect, he eventually gave up and left. However, he returned in secret as the White Ghost and worked his way up in the ranks of the League of Assassins. Dusan al Ghul led a mission to use Damian Wayne's body as a rejuvenating vessel for his father, but Batman, Talia al Ghul, Nightwing, and Tim Drake eventually stopped the process. Dusan al Ghul revealed himself and offered his body to his father, but it was with great reluctance that Ra's al Ghul accepted the offer, which resulted in the death of Dusan al Ghul. Ra's al Ghul was left with regret and wished he had spent more time with Dusan al Ghul because he was the only one of his children who remained loyal to him. Thanks to the exposure to the Lazarus Pits, Dusan al Ghul had extended his lifespan and gained enhanced strength, speed, stamina, agility, and durability. He was also an exceptional martial artist, trained by the League of Assassins and a master swordsman. Like all of Ra's al Ghul's children, he was a brilliant tactician and had knowledge of the occult. Mara al Ghul. Mara al Ghul is the granddaughter of the infamous Batman villain Ra's al Ghul and the daughter of Dusan al Ghul, also known as the White Ghost. After her father's death, she was raised and trained by her grandfather to become one of the deadliest agents of the League of Assassins. Mara al Ghul was trained in the Black Citadel of Infinity Island, the headquarters of the League, alongside her cousin and rival, Hafid al Ghul, also known as Damian Wayne. Mara al Ghul was envious of Damian Wayne's superior skill and luck, which eventually turned into hatred after he blinded her right eye during a training exercise. When Damian Wayne left the League of Assassins to become the new Robin in the city of Gotham, Mara al Ghul was given command of the Demon's Fist, a group of powerful and skilled younglings destined to become the greatest members of the League. Mara al Ghul believed that she would eventually become the commander of the League of Assassins. Mara al Ghul was extremely skilled in artistry, martial arts, swordsmanship, and throwing. She is an expert swordswoman and has been able to fight Damian Wayne to a standstill several times. Nissa al Ghul. Nissa al Ghul may not be as well known as her sister Talia al Ghul, but she is just as deadly. After impressing her father, Ra's al Ghul, with her skills as a warrior, Nissa al Ghul, also known as Nissa Ratko, became his right-hand associate and accompanied him on his adventures. However, Nissa al Ghul eventually realized that Ra's al Ghul's plans for world domination were not exactly kosher and left her father's side in the early 19th century. Nissa al Ghul's life took a dark turn during World War II when she and her family were sent to a concentration camp. Nissa Al Ghul was the only survivor of her family, and the gruesome experiments she endured left her infertile. Mad at Ra's al Ghul for abandoning her and her family to die, Nissa Al Ghul plotted to kill him by befriending and brainwashing Talia al Ghul to do the dirty work. She also planned to assassinate Superman with stolen kryptonite bullets because why not? Despite Batman's efforts to stop her, Nissa Al Ghul succeeded in killing her father and took over the League of Assassins with Talia al Ghul. The two sisters declared Batman their enemy, and Nissa proved to be a great adversary with advanced combat skills, tactical analysis, and proficiency with weaponry. Unfortunately for Nissa Al Ghul, her life came to a fiery end when her car exploded in North Africa. It's likely that the League of Assassins was responsible, but we can only speculate. Talia al Ghul. Talia al Ghul is a complex character in the Batman universe. The daughter of Ra's al Ghul, Talia is a member of the League of Assassins and a major part of Lex Corps. She is also Batman's lover and enemy and the mother of Damian Wayne, Batman's biological son and fifth Robin. Talk about a complicated relationship, huh? Talia al Ghul's early life was spent traveling the world with her father, learning and adapting his intellect and skills. Despite Ra's al Ghul's aversion to women, Talia proved to be more competent than any of Ra's al Ghul's other children, and she eventually became his main secondary in managing his operations, both legal and illegal. Talia al Ghul's loyalties have often been divided between her father and Batman, whom she fell in love with during their first encounter. She has served as both an anti-heroine and a villain. In other media, Talia has been portrayed in various ways. In The Dark Knight Rises, she was portrayed as a love interest of Bruce Wayne and a member of the League of Shadows alongside Bane. Talia al Ghul has made her way onto the small screen in the TV series Arrow. In this show, she is portrayed by the actress Lexa Doig. In the spin-off series Legends of Tomorrow, a younger version of Talia is also introduced, portrayed by Millie Wickinson. Damian Wayne. Damian Wayne is a unique character in the Batman universe, being the only son of Bruce Wayne and Talia al Ghul and the only grandson of Ra's al Ghul. He was genetically perfected and raised by his mother and the League of Assassins, learning the art of killing at a very young age. After spending his gestation in a laboratory, Damian Wayne was left in the care of his father, Bruce, at the age of 10. He quickly proved to be violent and cocky and even battled Tim Drake, who was the Robin at the time, for the position of Bruce Wayne's sidekick. Despite his misguided and malicious behavior, Damian genuinely wanted to aid his father in his war against crime. After being caught in an explosion and requiring transplants of harvested organs, Damian Wayne made a full recovery and was tutored in the secret history of his grandfather, Ra's al Ghul. However, he soon found himself caught in a battle between his evil grandfather and his own father, which eventually led to his temporary death and resurrection with superpowers. Damian Wayne eventually takes up his secret identity as the current Robin, which makes him the fifth person to become the Boy Wonder. He was Dick Grayson's sidekick, who replaced Bruce Wayne as Batman. In Morrison's Batman number 666, Damian Wayne was depicted as the future Batman. Athanasia al Ghul. Athanasia al Ghul, also known as Athanasia Wayne, is a secret daughter of Bruce Wayne and Talia al Ghul and the granddaughter of Ra's al Ghul. While she had only made an appearance in the Injustice 2 prequel comics, she has captured the attention of many Batman fans. Athanasia al Ghul's existence was a secret that was kept from Bruce Wayne and Damian Wayne, and she was trained in combat and assassinations by the League of Assassins under the guidance of her mother, Talia al Ghul. Her skills were unmatched, and she proved to be a fearsome opponent. It was not until after Damian Wayne was imprisoned that Athanasia al Ghul's true identity was revealed. She broke Damian Wayne out of prison, and it is revealed that she is his long-lost sister. However, Athanasia al Ghul's life was tragically cut short when she was seemingly killed by an explosion caused by El Diablo. Her death devastated Damian Wayne and their mother, Talia al Ghul. Marvelous Verdict. The family of Ra's al Ghul is a complex and intriguing aspect of the Batman universe. From his daughters Talia al Ghul and Nissa al Ghul, to his grandson Damian Wayne and secret granddaughter Athanasia al Ghul, the Al Ghul family has left a lasting impact on the world of Batman. Their complicated relationships with Bruce Wayne, the Batman, and the League of Assassins, as well as their own struggles for power and control, make them fascinating characters to explore. Ra's al Ghul himself, with his immortality and obsession with saving the planet, adds an extra layer of complexity to his family's dynamic. The Al Ghul family continues to be a rich source of storytelling in the Batman mythos and will undoubtedly continue to captivate audiences for years to come. That's a wrap for yet another marvelous video. So if you liked our content, don't forget to drop a like and hit that subscribe button on your way out. Have a good one!